name's Kirsten Moody, and I'm doing my informative speech on hermit crab abuse. So let's get started. Imagine you're 8 years old and you're on a beach trip with your family. You walk into a surf shop and you see these brightly colored shells with crabs inside of them. You think that it's going to be an easy starter pet, and you beg and beg and beg your parents to get one. They get you one, they load you up with a carrier, pellets, sand, and you take him home. 3 weeks later, he dies. You're upset and your parents buy you a new one. This is a cycle of animal abuse that happens all around the United States, and nobody realizes that it's happening because hermit crabs aren't a well-known pet. Most animal abuse that you see in everyday life is cats and dogs. So we're going to talk about how they're actually brought to pet stores. In the same way that dogs and cats are made in puppy mills and all those horrific things were brought to light, this is what I'm trying to do with my speech. So hermit crabs start in the wild, where everything does, on a beach trip, and people just come in and burst in and rip them from their homes, and they are put into rooms just like the one in the middle and crowded on top of each other where they cannot get water or anything. And then, so you see these natural shells right here? These are what they're supposed to be in. That's what they naturally choose. This is what you find them in the pet store with. Hermit crabs are forced out of their shells by crushing them and thrown into a bucket full of painted shells like this. And they are forced to choose. If they don't, then they end up dying. Now, recently I went into PetSmart and I looked up what is supposed to, how they keep their hermit crabs alive. And if you look into their tanks, most of the time they're not moving. You can't even tell that there is anything in there. They don't have any fresh water, anything like that. So you think that bringing them home and creating a home for them would actually be better for them, but it turns out that lots of people don't even know how to take care of them. People bring them home and bring them into carriers, just like this one. And so, in all honesty, they need a tank that's at least 10 gallons per crab. And they need to be in colonies. And so whenever hermit crabs don't get this type of treatment, they start losing limbs. And so the correct way to start taking care of them is keeping their humidity level at 70 to 80% and their temperature level at 80 in their tank at all times, which you do by using a hydrometer. And then you're not supposed to have any painted shells because the toxic paint in them can actually get them stuck inside the shells and kill them slowly without knowing. They need fresh water and salt water along with sponges so that they can soak up. It is vital for their molting. You have multiple climbing tools around so that they can get their exercise. And you need to make sure that they have colonies and friends. Also, lots of places to hide, just like this coconut right here. And then as you can see, I actually brought one of mine out. This is Acid. He has multiple friends in his, which their names are Pinch and Coke. He recently just molted, and he likes to be kept in dark spaces, just like this one. In all honesty, they're just like any other pet, and they need to be loved, and it's time that it's brought aware about everything that is happening to them in everyday life. And so PETA showed that with that video that I watched earlier that shows them in this horrific area. And I wanted to bring to light everything that was happening to them and how to make everything better. In all honesty, it is much better to keep them in the wild and to never buy a hermit crab. I didn't know this whenever I bought them, and I really wish that I did, because I would have happily have just left them in their wild habitat rather than endorse a company or a facility into letting them continue this cycle of abuse over and over again. So I hope that this actually resonates with you guys and gets you thinking about everyday life.